Hello, family. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining and, of course, for your support as usual. Today is another blessed day full of excitement. June is pregnant. Everything is working as planned. It's just a wonderful week. And of course, if all of you, I'm sure everybody would have either been part of the 360, the special 360, the first one of its kind on our blessed O Connect. If you missed it, then you definitely should have read the summary at the back office or listened to Red and Marty. And of course, today we continue with the $1,000,000 question: why on passive? And today we are going to tell the world that in Mr. Mufare's ecosystem there is solution, there is relief for people who run motherless babies homes and orphanages because they go through a lot. So of course I can't do it by myself. That's why my sister is here. We are partners in everything but crime. Hi, sis.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hello, whatever time you'll be watching this video. Thank you for joining us again today. Not just that, for those who are returning, thank you. For those who have subscribed, thank you. For those who haven't, consider subscribing. That is it. But also join in the conversation. Don't forget, like we mentioned yesterday, we're still on this topic of motherless babies homes and orphanages, stemming from what we discussed yesterday about teenage parenting. Thank you, and you are all welcome.
Yes, of course. There's a lot to this. I think this motherless babies homes and orphanages, I think it's just coming to like crown everything. I hope it does, because it's something we'll never exhaust when it comes to
Mm.
people living in difficulty. Remember, we started from uh, 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 children, from orphans and widows, all of those things. So all of them, where do they find themselves? They empty themselves into orphanages, into motherless babies homes. The children that our young girls deliver and throw by the roadside, they find themselves in the motherless babies homes, and of course the orphanages and stuff like that. Victims of war, like we heard on the 20th of June, which was the World Refugee Day. Where do these children, the unwanted pregnancies, where do the babies empty themselves? Into these places. And so we are here today, guys, to say there is something around the corner. There is on passive, because we just want to think, when you imagine that all of these children, because when you walk on the street you feel like nothing is happening, but not until you go there and see by yourself. See if you can describe this scene again, because I was amazed even yesterday when you were trying to explain what happens and how much these people in this box baby, the baby box thing, you know how to say this. Just describe it and say how much, at least about how much they receive a day, so that we know where we are coming from. Guys, join in this conversation. Let's speak. This is something we are planning to be part of in future. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Like I was saying, that it's a charity, but stemming from a church and a pastor and his wife, but in South Korea. But it also came through another organization called Asian Bus, and they
Mhm.
call it Baby Drop Box. So they were having a lot of babies being left in boxes in cold areas, in so many areas, and the pastor felt, what could they do? They started picking those children and started picking them bit by bit. So I think once they knew that they were picking the children and they knew that they were getting a bit more, then they decided, you know what, instead of those children being dropped in a cardboard box, just anywhere, that kind of thing,
Mhm.
let's create a drop box, which is the size of the carton. So you need to look for the size of a carton that will be big enough. It won't be too big for that space, because the space is big enough. It's like when you open your letterbox and the letter postman puts letterbox letters through
Mhm.
your letterbox here. So the box is big enough to hold a baby, but big enough to push through that baby drop box. So,
Mhm.
and then, looking into their story, they now said they get on the average 7 to 8 a day. And I thought, and then sometimes during when winter comes as well, seasons makes
Mm-hmm.
them that,
Mm-hmm.
it fluctuates, it goes high or and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And then
7 a day. That's
it,
scary, isn't it? Yeah.
it is scary.
Yeah.
And so Asian boss thought, went to look at the work they were doing and thought, oh my goodness, this is a work that is enormous. How are they getting funding? They expect. And I thought,
Mm-hmm.
oh my goodness. And I'm subscribed to Asian boss. So, obviously I'm going to hear about this situation. So I heard about it. So I'm not just, it's other
Yeah,
people
sis,
donated,
you, yeah, before, sorry that I need really to interrupt here,
Mm,
before we go to, I know that our family here in the house, everybody is
mm,
happy to reach
mm,
out to this.
mm,
The good news is how much a big family we have grown into, and we
mm,
are just very ready as prepared, both physically, psychologically, and everything wise, by the
mm,
CEO, Mr. Mufare, right? So,
mm,
guys, if you are joining, we are telling this story because there is hope. There is a
mm,
way we can help. There's a way
mm,
we can support, right? So,
mm,
what do we think? I've not reached out to these people, but when I just do my own kind of evaluation, I would say that they would definitely need staff. They'll need
yes.
staff to take care of these babies, wash them,
Yes.
change them for those who are
Yes.
newborn.
Yes.
They'll need
Yes.
staff to cook food, to wash the
Ex-
clothes. Yeah, they
Exactly.
need
And
clothing.
because
They
it's
need
a
even,
church, that
yeah,
even makes it easier
you know,
because they have a lot of volunteers. You
yeah.
understand? The
However,
pastor's wife, the pastor himself. But don't forget, they're getting older as well.
yeah,
So
one
they
thing
can't
too.
do all of it.
One thing too about the people who volunteer is that I
Mm,
really do just I can't respect them enough, right? Because even if they volunteer, they're sacrificing something. They'll
mm,
surely something has to wait for them to go take care of these babies because
mm,
pastor and his wife cannot take care of all of them.
mm.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it,
Yes, yes,
So that's why I
they don't.
insist they need
Mm,
staff. What
yeah.
if these volunteers, they already have the experience, they know their way about, and we turn it into full-time job so that
Mm,
that thing that they leave behind to
mm.
come do this, because if you don't come, the pastor and the wife cannot do it, just both
No,
of just
no,
two of
not
them.
at all.
What if we turn it into jobs? What
Mm,
if we empower them? They need
mm,
even infrastructure, but if they're taking at least 7 a day, just say two
mm.
a day is already way too much, right? Because two times
Definitely.
just one a day times a month is
And
30
don't
pay.
don't don't forget with
Yeah.
Ofsted here in the UK, when you're taking care of children as a registered chairman or in a nursery or in the
you know
school, it's one person to six children.
yeah, then you
And
can imagine.
I've I've worked as a childminder for 18 years. I've never been able to take six children to myself. I
Mhm.
could only manage
Oh, I
four,
can imagine.
you know?
Oh
So
dear. Then, yeah, that's what I believe in smile, because when I feel a bit when that is getting difficult, I smile
yes,
just to get
yes,
going. It's not a thing
yes.
to smile over, but then
No.
we need to smile so that we get the strength to discuss this and go through it, guys. So
Mm,
let's think, what can we do? Because there's just a lot to do. Like I say, I think that apart from staff, they
mm,
need infrastructure. These
yes.
tiny little babies, they need clothes every day. You know how they grow every 2 days, they
Oh,
change in size
yes.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Where
even
are
talking
they
about
coming
clothes. What
from?
about nappies?
Yes,
What
where are
about
these things
wipes?
coming from, and
You
how
know?
have they been surviving? We don't want to go into that. Thanks
No.
be to God for people who have been doing handouts, but
Mm,
now we are talking about empowerment. We're
mm,
talking about empowerment because whether the pastor and his wife, whether the people who have been volunteering to help,
mm,
they can actually like quit their jobs. Excuse
mm,
us, boss. They
mm.
can quit their jobs to just concentrate on this, because
Yes.
each and every one individual of them can
Mm.
receive an
Ve-
affiliate
ve-
position from us,
yeah.
because this whole entire community, or the pastor and his wife and people supporting them around,
Mm,
1.4 million of us can donate just $1 each,
mm,
and we'll put up a structure,
mm,
that can accommodate all of these children more
mm,
comfortably, playgrounds, and so on, everything.
mm,
Imagine the picture. It's something just wonderful to do. It's
mm,
something so good to think about. We are
mm,
taking this as an example because I've never known about the baby drop box
mm,
thing.
mm,
So when I
mm.
heard about it, keeps ringing a bell. That's where I'm coming
I've
from.
never heard
But
of it
yeah,
myself, but
but in
when I
every
heard of it,
country,
it made my heart sad.
exactly. But in every country, There are
mm,
people,
mm,
there are children. It's happening. Every country
mm,
has their way. If we were to
mm,
sanction every, like everybody come here and tell your own story, we
mm.
would be amazed what we would hear other people do. Because in every country, in every city, people are doing things like that because babies are being dropped everywhere all over the world.
Yeah,
Right? That's how yeah.
you know, the good thing about this one is that it's something that we could replicate, because when we were talking yesterday about teenage, pregnancy, where we said something about, oh, sometimes the children, they just go want to go and try and find out how to abort that child, or how
Yeah.
to give, and the process either lose their life or lose
Yeah.
their two lives are lost. Sometimes when they have that kind of child, if this kind of, we are not encouraging that, but if we have this kind of outfit as well, where we have all the infrastructure in place,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a head for them, somewhere to for them to lay their heads, for someone to, if they can take the babies off them so that they can take care of them, honestly, or where they can drop the child so that they don't just go and kill that child. Some of them are dropped
Mm-hmm.
in dump dumpster, some in the toilet, that kind of thing. So if they can drop this child somewhere and know that, oh, definitely this child will be taken care of, then it makes, that's why I like the motherless babies home. But don't forget, the motherless babies home and orphanages, they don't go searching around, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no, sometimes people come and drop the children at their doorstep when they
Yeah.
know them. But if you have a place where it's dedicated for this, and it says, oh, just drop the child here,
Mm-hmm.
if you
Neatly
don't,
lay it here and go
neatly,
wherever you want to
and go,
go.
so that
And
someone
definitely, yeah.
picks that child up, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is also something that we can do back
Yeah,
home,
because
because back home we only have motherless babies homes or orphanages, and these are children that, fortunately, someone fortunately picked them up from somewhere
yeah.
and saw them and brought them to those places, or sometimes few of the mothers come there and drop them there,
Exactly. You
so
you know, sis, because back home, I don't know about here in the diaspora. I've not heard, but back
mm,
home, sometimes I think out of that fear and all of those things, they
mm,
deliver some of those babies, wrap them in polythene bags, drop
yes,
here and go. But then
mm,
when God says this child was destined to live and be
mm,
something in this world, you cannot stop it. And for
mm,
some reason, they leave. I don't know how they make it, and people always find them. Right?
mm,
Where do
mm.
they go to? They go to the motherless babies
Motherless
homes.
babies
They
home,
go to the orphanage.
orphanages,
I know that motherless babies home. This very name has been
mm,
is a long time name in Nigeria. They have been doing
yes,
a lot. We cannot go into
yes,
the detail, guys, of
mm,
what is happening or where did they start from. We cannot go
mm,
into the detail of what is their source of income or what has been till now, what are the challenges and stuff. Because we can guess, it's obvious that there are a lot of challenges. There could be, we have not been there, but it's obvious there could be a lot of challenges, many
mm,
of them. But then what
mm,
we are saying is that here we are. So, guys, if you are watching us, if you are watching us, and one, you are somebody who looks at situations like this, you say, oh my God, I would have loved to be there just to help, to support people doing stuff like this in one way or the other, either with my time or with with finances on stuff. Sometimes you have the time, you don't have the money. Other times you
yes,
have the money, you don't have the time.
at the
We are
time, yeah,
talking, yes, we are talking here about a situation where you are going to acquire 100% time and financial freedom. What?
freedom,
How? Yes, freedom. How? Because what we are calling here on passive, we're answering the question why on passive? Because on passive is a massive, gigantic, call it any name, huge IT company, never seen before company that has more than 50 IT products put together in one ecosystem. As you look at behind us, we are well adorned at the background. On my left, I don't know what is on my left. The purple thing you see there is O Tracker, and
or
the white thing
tracker
you see there is O Connect.
is or
Those are the
connect,
first two paid products that are going to the market anytime from now. And by going to the market means you can become an affiliate of this business. And by becoming an affiliate means a reseller of our products. The products here are IT products, not something that is tangible. You don't hold them in your hands, right? So the only
yeah,
thing you need to do is you join our ecosystem and then you go ahead and sign to become an affiliate. When you sign to become an affiliate, it means you tell our CEO, Mr. Mufare, and his marketing team, say, go to work on my behalf. Because the marketing campaign, they have the expertise, they know who needs it, and they know where to take it to. So they take it out there and show it to people. They close the sales, and all you do is check your wallet and see figures popping in. So you have time, you have finances, and your heart has been telling you that go and help. Sometimes your heart tells you, the spirit leads, that you need to leave Africa and go to Asia, or you need to leave Asia and go to Australia to do just that. The time is now. Don't hesitate. Don't deny the call. Just say, here am I. I am going because I am well equipped. Sis.
Definitely. I would say, apart from that, for those that know any motherless babies' homes back home or orphanages, just like we said yesterday, for those who are already on the ground, we need to partner with them. We need to, support them. And for when it comes to affiliate accounts, even if they cannot afford it, two, three, if one person can do it, all well and good. If two of us can put the money together and give them an affiliate account, that would be nice, because then it makes the job that they do lighter. You understand me? And then it gives them more resources to be able to look after more children. Because as then, and funny enough, one good thing is that as these children grow up and they become, independent, some of them go to learn vocational jobs, they come back as well and give back to where they have been brought up, and catered for and educated, sent into education, whatever it is that they're doing, they go back and give back to that place. And so having an affiliate account means that you have enough to an extent to take care of children in the orphanages and the motherless babies homes properly. Once they receive enough, you know care, and they are able to have good education, as basic as that education can be, they are and they're able to be independent, and then be able to maybe find a job, go to university, or just find something doing with their hands. I'm telling you, that is what you call a blessing, because many people are looking for that, and still they haven't been able to receive it. So we are ready to partner with those who are on the ground, and it doesn't matter. Yes, we are owning up into Africa, but we are believers that we believe that we are called to every part of the world, that wherever we find ourselves, wherever the need is, that's where we are. So don't forget that we are called not just to our own, continent, but also extending it to other continents, because I've heard some people say, "Oh, we've not done our finished our own in Africa. Why should we go to South
It,
Korea?"
it
And
can never be finished. It can,
it
it
you
can
can
never
you
be
it's
finished.
not something that we
Yes,
can finish. It's not
yes.
something that just started today. So you
You,
need to have an understanding of the fact that wherever you find that need and you meet that need, that is what is most important, especially
yeah.
for those who are on the ground and who are already doing this job. They are already on this job, as in partnering. We need to partner seriously, find out, and like you said, Sister Comfort, it's not just about just now, but going in physically and looking at what they are doing and asking them, what are your challenges? What difficulties
Mm-hmm.
do you face doing,
Oh, sis, you're
doing
freezing a
this
bit.
job?
Yeah. Okay,
What
can you
do
hear
you
me?
need?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, I
Great.
can hear you. So we should we be on the ground and ask them, what are your challenges? What do you need?
Uh-oh,
What are
you're
the
freezing.
difficulties
Okay,
that you face?
let me take
And
that
then,
over. I think what you're saying, let me just repeat, listen and see whether it gets
okay,
better. So what my sister is saying here, which I think we all agree, guys, let's see hear what you think about this in the chat. What she is saying is, because sometimes we just sit here, read what she's saying. She knows about it, Dropbox baby or baby Dropbox. She has just read about it online until she got fascinated and wanted to support. But here's the time when we have to go out there and see it by ourselves. If you used to give, maybe donate $3 because one, that's the only thing you could afford, or secondly, because you thought that it could go a long way because it's a developing country. When you finally go there and do the feasibility studies, you're like, I think they need something. That's when you come here calling the 1.4 of us by name. So come on, drop $1. You know, the genius, I was listening. That's why I love these things we do, sis, because I learn a lot from our great people who are helping us. Listening to Andy the other day, I was just nodding because he gave this brilliant explanation where, everybody's self sufficient and stuff, and you don't need much. You don't need to come out of your pocket with heavy sums. You just need $1 times 1.4 million or times 2 million. That is $2 million. That's the genius about everything Mr. Mufare is doing to us, because other
It
than
goes a
we have
long
seen
way.
before now. Yes, because other people and other companies and businesses we have seen before now, people amass wealth to themselves, but then he has chosen to distribute it, because when you amass it to yourself, no matter how rich you are, it can be really difficult to take out 2 million out of your pocket and just donate. But then it's like this. I mean, this easy to take out $1 and just drop in there. Because after I'm dropping, my sister is dropping, you are dropping. Before you see, it makes that ocean effortlessly. And you end up giving even more than $2 million, because that fun of just chipping in and it drop and it makes an ocean, because the drops are coming from everywhere. So we just thank God for Mr. Mufare. We thank God for being part of this. We can't keep it to ourselves because it's very easy. Our $1 will go millions of miles farther than somebody's 1 million would go. That is the truth. So we know that we
Definitely.
can do it. So what like sister was saying, what we can do now, people on the ground, we don't need to start something new. So
No.
if you are doing something like this already, if you run an orphanage or you already have a blueprint, you have established a plan that
Mm,
this is how I'm going, I'm just waiting for apples to start rolling, reach
mm,
out to us, talk to Sister
mm.
Fumi, talk to myself. You can come
Yes.
here and we discuss this. Tell us that this is what I've been doing so far, or this is what I have as I've planned already, and I know
Mm.
that it's going to work because of that, and then we go on it and we just get
Yes.
going. We don't need to
Yes.
start anything from scratch when you are already there, because
Mm,
it's partnership, it's family, it's team, and that is
mm,
how we go places and we move mountains. See if I'm
mm.
making sense.
Yes, I'm just going to use this to round up. You remember when Brash, our CEO, said something? He said, in a couple of years, or in a year's time, or 6 months to a year's time, or 2 years' time, what will make him most joyous is the fact that he wants to see what people have done or achieved with
Yes.
what they got from Unpassive. Said if there was any, he said that is one thing that he will want to catalog and
Yep.
actually sit down and will make him joyous and happy and very fulfilling for him.
Yep.
That okay, yes, yes, definitely good, you were a founder, you were an affiliate, okay, fine, goodness, okay, yes, you sorted your family, okay, you sorted your family out, everything is fine. So what else did you do after
Mm-hmm.
sorting yourself and your family out? That this is the opportunity.
All
This
right.
is the real opportunity. This is the
Mm-hmm.
test of the pudding. They said the tasting of the pudding is you need to taste it. That's the testing
Yeah.
of the pudding. But the testing of what you got or what you are going to get or how you. And please, there's something about. I know he said sort your family out first, but let me tell you something. Many a times you cannot wait to sort the whole bit of your family out first before, because some people will take it literally like that. So during
Mm-hmm.
that period, they're not going to give anything, they're not going to do anything outside of their family. So you cannot wait. If most of these people and some of us that are doing it right now are doing it, then definitely. And CEO also said, Brad Ash said something. He said, if you are not doing something now, there's a possibility that even when you have more
Yes.
apples, you will not do anything. Because
Exactly.
if you are
That's very
waiting until
true.
when you have plenty to start doing something, then definitely you are not going to do anything. So please, it's not going to be a situation whereby we wait until when we have, the apples are mounting and the rest of it. There are people already doing things. So Sister Comfort is doing, I'm doing that. So Sister Ijoma's daughter is doing. There's so many people that are doing. We need to partner with them and then get into business and actually go in and see what they are doing and know
Yeah.
that. And don't forget, we also have MFA there, Missionaries for Africa
Sure. For Africa, we have
is
a
there
lot.
as well.
Yes.
I needed to bring that in as well, because that is also a platform that is meant to see into the things, all the some of the thing issues we have in Africa, specifically, and then outside of Africa as well, and it's
Yes.
open to everybody and anybody that wants to be not a core member but just a member, for you to have an understanding. So take for example, we have a project coming up. It may be we are going to South Korea to see this baby drop box, take for example, and then we decide, okay, we are going to go. Do you want to be part of it? Do you want to be part of the contingents that will be going? Do you want to
Mm-hmm.
support the contingent that are going? Do you want to give also towards that project, things like that? Or we have a motherless babies home that we are going to be going to visit, whether in Cameroon or in Ghana or in Nigeria or in Zambia or in Kenya or wherever in Africa, and then you want to be part of that contingent. So we are not going to be saying that membership is not open to those who want to. There's a core leadership already on ground, and we leave it as such. But membership
Mm-hmm.
is open for you to join as per nominal member and take part in some of the projects and be part of maybe the contingents that goes into some of the countries in the nations, to find out what is happening, what is needed on the ground, or to supervise projects as well.
All right.
So I just needed to bring that in as well, so that we know that we have missionary for
Well,
Africa as well there. Thank you.
of course, there's just a lot. And then, sis, I'm just optimistic. I hope you said we should round up. So this is my last, I promise. So I'm just very optimistic in that things will never be the same again. People will not wait for apples to fill up, because if you just start making 10 apples, you are happy to give out one. It's always
Yes.
difficult in that situation where they want you to give all the 10 that you just made. This
Mm,
time around, we just need one of your apples. I give out mine, so that 2
mm.
million of us will give out 2 million apples. And we
Yeah.
go out there and get it done,
And
and,
don't
and
forget,
we're
some
back.
people are cheerful givers. They are going to give more
Thank
than one.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you. But then, yeah, we ask just for one, or for a minimum of one apple, but you can
Mm,
give as many as it truly ministers to you from your heart that this is what
mm.
you are going to give. Guys, we are speaking in reality because it's already here. Just watch us. The day we come here and not able to say a word and just shouting and doing crazy stuff, you know that we are in the market. It's not long from now. So
Not
if you are
long.
looking at us, if you have been watching us for the past couple of weeks, especially that we started coming on Facebook, because this part we're presenting here is mostly normally not for our fellow affiliates that were already in there. We bring it here so that if you have been listening to this, or you've been hearing about on passive and not doing anything, the time is now. There's a lot of stuff out there to be done. Sometimes always I do tell people, listen, I know that you watching us now, you already have enough, you are self-sufficient, your family is catered for, the future and their generations are already sorted. Listen, think about these children in the drop box baby. Think about the motherless babies' homes. Think about the orphanages. Think about the teenage moms and teenage parents. Just think about the widows and orphans. That's why we are here, because we know we can do it. So if you don't need anything for any reason, ask, because especially back home in Africa, you are that rich man that next door to you, just the next building to you, is a widow and her children living in a dilapidated, leaking roof, and you have never thought, and you see which is running past in front of their house. This is the time for you to correct it, to redirect your sewage, break that dilapidated structure they're living in, and erect a new one more beautiful than what you have, or as beautiful as yours, because it will still not shake you, move you an inch, because that's what Mr. Mufara is sending you and myself to go and do. Don't leave the unpassive position opportunity pass your way. No matter how much you have already, you need a bit more for the person, for the needy. For the needy, that even if you take it there, they will still not be able to take because they don't know what to do. You are the one to take there and just do, and then say hello. So, like Mr. Mufare says, I end on this note, you cannot change the whole world, but changing just one person's world is that is record. Nobody can beat that.
Mm.
Thank you, guys. We just love you so
Uh,
much. Keep coming. Thank you.
don't
Thank
let's
you so,
forget
so
to tell
much.
them 4 o'clock,
Ooh,
4
go
p.m.
on, sis. Go on.
It's 4 Don't forget 4 p.m. Yes, we postponed that program yesterday because of 360. Okay. So please make sure you turn up today, 4 p.m. Eastern time, which will be 9 p.m. UK time, still with Brad Collins to for you to please come because
And
and then don't forget on Sunday as well. We're still gonna be there, but come tomorrow. I mean today, later in the evening, and let's talk about O Tracker and let's see
yes,
what we can use so that you can start practicing before Sunday. And then when you come to Heroes on Sunday, you have some questions, to ask,
exactly.
and
Exactly.
you can
Sure.
shine and do some shakara, that kind of
Yoo-hoo. I
thing.
know. I know. Thank you, guys. We love you.
Don't
Okay.
forget, you can't break anything. Try, it's a trial. Please
Yes.
pick, read the guide, follow the guide. If you want to watch the video. I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm not teching myself, but I love exploring, so I'm
Yep.
going to be exploring myself, between now and the evening. I'm going to explore to see what Brad Collins says, and whatever he says I will add it again, explore between now and then Sunday. I'll come to Heroes and then decide whether I have questions or not, and learn
Yes,
more
definitely.
again.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, definitely. I can't stop exploring. Because if I don't explore, I don't have stuff to ask these
It,
men and
it,
women
it's,
who come
it
and speak
becomes
on this
boring.
platform.
It becomes
Yes,
boring. My life
indeed,
becomes
indeed.
boring, and I don't like
That's
it.
true, guys. Thank you, guys. We love you so much and we appreciate you for
We
always
lo-
being here to
Thank
support
you. We
us.
love you.
Thank you. See you soon.
So,
Love you
bye.
guys. See you at
Love
4. Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Okay.